Hey everybody, Daniel Rubino here with Windows Central, and today I'm going to show you a cool little trick on the Surface Pro 4 or Surface Book, and I've even heard it works on the Surface Pro 3. Basically, we want to enable the max performance for the Intel HD graphics that's built into the system. As you can see here under Control Panel and Power Options, I have a balanced plan, and there's nothing else. You may have seen other PC laptops have a max performance and a battery saver mode, and Surfaces just do not have that. Not only that, we can't modify certain settings, including the graphics card. So what we're going to do is basically fix that. And first, what you want to do is create a power plan. So you want to basically right click on the battery, hit power options. It'll bring you to this screen right here. And you're going to hit create power plan. And it's pretty important we do this off of based off of the balanced mode. And we're going to call this one, we'll just call it max performance. And it'll actually be one of these created later, and I'll show you that in a second. So we're going to hit next, and then we'll hit create, and so that is created. You can see max performance is there now. And when you go into the change plan settings in advanced, there aren't many options here. There are actually way more available, including the Intel HD graphics, but that's not here, so we got to fix that. To do that, you want to go into your registry editor. So you type in regedit into the search bar, hit yes to that screen, and I've already been kind of knee deep here in my registry. So you want to go all the way back to wherever your system opens up to. You want to go to H key local machine, double click that, and you're going to want to go into system. Then you want to go into control set 001, control panel, and then you're going to want to scroll all the way down until you can get to power. And there we go. And now there is CS enabled. You can double click that. Now you can also just do a search for CS enabled just by going Control Shift F and type in CS enabled there and hit find next. It may take 20 seconds or so to find it on your system, but it'll bring you there. And if you need that full address, you can just go to Windows Central, and we have the full tutorial there. Open this up, and you're going to switch it from 1 to 0. So we're going to disable it. Now what we're doing is turning off connected standby, also known as sleep mode. And so once it's disabled, it's going to bring up other features that are not present right now on the system. Of course, it also disables sleep. So we don't actually want that long term, unless you just don't want your system ever to go to sleep and go into standby. So what we're going to do is we'll make all these changes, and we're going to go back to this later, and we're going to change that back to a 1. But for now, we're going to keep it disabled, and then you're going to want to reboot your system. So hit power and then hit restart, and it'll restart everything, and it'll come back, and it'll show you those new settings. Okay, everybody, we're back, and now I'm going to show you those new settings. You're going to click on the battery meter here, hit power options, and you can see now there's a lot more choice here. There is this high performance thing, which is technically system default, just not available to you guys unless you disable connected standby. There's also balance, which is your default, and then the power saver mode. And then there's my max performance, which I created earlier. We're going to go into change plan settings, advanced power settings, and now there's a lot more stuff here that just wasn't available before. What we're really interested in is this Intel R graphics. Double tap that, open it up, and you can see there are two options, on battery and plugged in. Both are set to balance. That is, of course, the default, and since we copied from the balanced performance plan, that's exactly what you'll get. And now what you can do is you can click on that. You're going to see you have maximum battery life, which you can actually do if you want. It's just going to cap it off about 300 megahertz, or you can set it to maximum performance, which is the focus of this tutorial. And we're going to also change this one to max performance. Now you don't need to change both, obviously. You could have this set so on battery it actually stays at balance mode, or even max battery. And then you can just change, so let me change that there. And then you can have it plugged in for maximum performance. And that's exactly what would happen, that when you plug in the system, it would then go to the max performance, which is 1000 megahertz for the GPU. Or you can leave it at about 750 megahertz. So that's up to you. We're going to change this one both to max, just because that's what we want our system. And we're going to hit OK when we're done with that. Now you can also, if you want to, a little more advanced setting here, you can actually change the balance one too. So now you can go into that advanced power settings, and you're going to see you have those same options available. And you can also go into the Intel ones and same thing. Now, if you wanted to, you could change this to say max and leave that one at balanced. And that's a real set it, forget it kind of thing. So on battery, you're just going to be the normal GPU setting at 750 megahertz. Or when you plug in the AC power, it'll automatically ramp up the GPU, which would be pretty good, right? Because now the big concern is going to be battery life. It's going to obviously use more on max. And if you're plugged into AC, you just may not care about that. If you leave this both at balanced, what that means, of course, is you're going to have to manually switch between max performance and balanced and vice versa whenever you want to get those performance differences. So that's just something to consider. Basically, if you want to go into gaming mode, you're going to have to choose max performance through that same battery meter and then switch it back to balance when you just want to go onto battery. So you can play with those settings and basically do what you want, but those are a few of the options. Now remember, some of these are going to disappear because what we're going to do now is we're going to go back into that registry editor, type in regedit, and we're going to bring that back up. And we're going to re-enable connected standby again. And of course, the reason we're doing that is so that we can, of course, have our battery life back. So you want to basically navigate to the control set power, your CS enabled, double click that, and now you're going to set it to 1, hit OK. And same thing, you're going to want to reboot the system, and basically that will revert the system. But you should be able to have maintained your created power plan along with the advanced HD settings. So the HD settings won't be available anymore for you to change, but they will remain at max or whatever you set it to. And that's actually what we're concerned with. So now we're going to reboot and we'll basically come back. Okay, we're back from restarting the system, and now I'm going to go into the little battery here, and we'll hit power options. And as you can see, max performance stayed behind. That's because we copied over to balanced plan. You need to copy over balanced in order for this to stick. If you copy over to high performance or battery saver mode, because those disappear with the connected standby thing, that too will disappear. So make sure you can copy over balanced, and now you can go and switch to max performance. And of course, you can't see those settings sticking, but of course you can do benchmarks. And I do see a big performance gain when playing a lot of video games, of course, and other high-end graphics stuff. So, but you guys can play around with that and decide what you want. If you need the full tutorial, just head to Windows Central, and we'll have all the directions there. Let us know what you think, and there you go. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.